crash landed, in this case, at the intersection of runway 15 right and taxiway Charlie.
Every 3 years, Santa Barbara's airport, in cooperation with emergency responders and local mutual aid partners, practice a full-scale disaster preparedness drill.
The goal of this drill is to test our emergency response as outlined in our airport emergency plan. That's an FAA-approved document that dictates exactly how we will respond to airfield emergencies in a real-time scenario.
In order for us to practice bringing all of the resources that would come together in a real situation, we basically have to create a real-life scenario or as close to it as we can.
The drill provides valuable training and practice. All agencies come together to coordinate their skills to prepare for an aircraft disaster.
Any opportunity that we get to train and drill with an adjacent agency such as Santa Barbara City that is stationed here at the airport gives us the opportunity to practice our skills and hone our skills. On top of that, being the fact that Santa Barbara Airport is surrounded by county fire stations, we will be the agency that will be augmenting the response from city fire in the event of an emergency that occurs out here.
It just helps us get to know each other and, see what stuff works between our agencies and what stuff we can improve on.
The lessons learned from doing a drill is invaluable because it's real world stuff that we're doing out here. Practice makes perfect, and by going through the steps and the motions, you just are more familiar. We're working side by side with the county in Montecito and Carpinteria, which we don't get to do that every day.
The first in resources are going to be county, and we work with our partners, so they're critical. So we have our truck company and our engine company by Stork, and our engine company off Los Caneros will literally be here in less than 5 minutes during a real incident.
Tango Golf is a C-130 with multiple system failures, landing runway 7. 7 souls on board, 4 + 30 fuel remaining.
What kind of alert is it?
System failures. Alert 2.
On the night of August 25th, emergency responders were called to respond to a C-130 cargo plane that crashed at the airport. A month later, the plane still sits at the airport and is clearly on everyone's mind as they train during the drill.
Fairly recently had a real-life scenario with an airplane that crashed on this airfield. So I think this time when we do this exercise, that response is fresh in our mind.
Santa Barbara City Fire Department staffs the fire station here at the airport. So just like on August 25th when the C-130 crashed, we were first on scene for that.
A lot of the folks that are here today were responders that night when that aircraft came down.
We had to actually respond and work side by side with Santa Barbara City Fire and get the job done.
They're going to take you to another location. They're going to take you to a tarp, or they're going to take you to a pre-designated area.
Volunteers play a crucial role in the drill.
We couldn't do this drill without volunteers.
My STEM teacher at my school brought the opportunity to me, and I thought it would be such a cool experience because I'm really interested in medicine.
It's really fun. It's definitely, I've always seen makeup as using a person as almost your canvas, and so I love it.
My name is Sandy, and I have a child. I have a compound fracture, which means my bone is sticking out of my leg, and I have an inconsolable infant that I am trying to take care of.
I am Isa Erdy, who's 29 years old, and is complaining of neck pain, and I just started a new job, and I'm very anxious because I need to pick up my dog at boarding.
All agencies in Santa Barbara County follow a mass casualty plan that includes the FAA-required airport emergency plan.
So we have a plan, but the plan's about 30 pages. And until you actually practice it and get the kinks out, you don't know how you're going to work together. That's why this is a really good opportunity.
I would say it's important to actually test to make sure that we're familiar with that plan. Oftentimes a plan will just sit on the shelf. You really have to come out, exercise it, make sure you're familiar, and that way when you actually have the real world scenarios, it's not as if you're doing it for the first time, you're practiced.
When the training is done, evaluators provide feedback that helps update the airport emergency plan.
We also have evaluators here from other airports, other organizations. I can speak to Fresno Fire is going to be evaluating the fire department. I was just speaking with airport operations from the Santa Maria Airport. So they're going to be providing us feedback as to how we can improve our operation. With that feedback, we'll incorporate it into an airport emergency plan update, and then we'll be prepared for the next real life and or exercise that we encounter.
We learn a lot from the drills. We learn what goes well, what goes wrong, what do we have to work on in the future, what can we reinforce and solidify from the past. Drilling for us and training for us is something that we do on a regular basis, whether it be an aircraft emergency or a structure fire or a vegetation fire. It just allows us, like I said, to hone our skills and practice our craft.
Even though we all go to a police academy, we don't train on a lot of airport disasters. And neither does Santa Barbara PD or Santa Barbara SO. So being able to come over here and learn on how to respond to these situations so that we can be a better team if this ever happens is crucial to saving lives.
It takes a community of organizers, volunteers, emergency responders, and local mutual aid to make the Airport Emergency Disaster Preparedness Drill a success. This training is essential to keep our airport and community safe.
We're ready to help the community if they need us.